right, everybody. Kelly here, and we are getting into part 2 of our open house ninja strategy. So, if you haven't watched part 1, I'm going to link in the description the YouTube video for part 1. I would suggest not watching any more of this. Go watch part 1, come back and watch this one. Both parts are standalone. But I think part 1, if you implement that strategy, this is an ancillary. Consider it icing on the cake. And I think between both of those strategies, guys, if you want to do an open house moving forward, your open houses will be massively successful. And you're going to see a 10x result on your returns. And let's just be frank. I said this in the first video. Open houses are not sexy. How many of you cannot wait to get on the phone and call agents to see if you could host an open house, right? Or get on the phones or drive by builders, new construction, and find out if you can hold an open house on one of their inventory homes or the model home, right? You just can't wait, right? Right. To me, open houses is literally just as sexy as door knocking and cold calling, right? Just not one of those things that we love to do. Now, there are people that crush open houses, but they have funnels, they have systems, they know what they're doing, and they have a proven strategy. And 99%, in my humble opinion, of realtors that try to do open houses do so faulty. They don't have a good foundation. And so when that open house is done and you've only had 2 people that go through the door, and one of the 2 was the next door neighbor that just was being nosy, want to see what the house looked like, you get frustrated and you get to a point where you're like, screw this, right? Well, I want to make open houses great again, right? So in order to do that, you have to have systems in play that will yield the results that you need. Because if done right, think about it. Now, I don't know what state you're in, Realtor, but in Florida, we can do what we call transactional. So if it's my listing and I hold an open house using the strategies on part 1 and this part 2, there's a chance I'm going to find a buyer that's unrepresented. And guys, I can write that contract and get both sides of the commission for bringing a ready, willing, and able buyer, right? So there are a lot of things you can do with this strategy. And what about the buyers that come through that aren't represented? And maybe the home that they're looking at, your listing is not, or the home that you're hosting of is not the home for them. Well, you could work with them on their next home, right? All right, enough about that. Go watch part 1. Come back and watch this one and literally 10x your open house results. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to get into how we are going to dominate open houses, part 2. Yes, I am inside of my MLS and I used for the purpose of this my address. So I'm giving myself permission to show it online. But I want to show you what you're going to do. So in this strategy, you're going to go into your MLS and you are going to pick everything active and pending, start at 2 miles and work your way out. So right now, within 2 miles, there are 14 homes that are larger than mine. Why am I showing you this? There are 2 ways that you are going to pull leads for this strategy. We're going to call these people move up and move down buyers. These are people that actively have a home for sale on the MLS. And they're either selling, in most cases, not all of them are buying another home. Some of them are leaving and going out of town. But a lot of these people are buying and they're going to do one of 2 things. They're going to move down to a smaller home. They're selling their bigger home. They're buying a smaller home. They're older, kids are gone, yada, yada. Or they've outgrown the current home. They've been there for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. They've got too many kids. Mother-in-law is now going to be living with them, right? They need a bigger home. So the way you do this strategy, and I'm showing you this as if they are move up. These are people looking to buy a bigger home. So when I put my information in, I asked for the same or more bedrooms and a lot bigger square footage. I think I'm at 2,300. So I'm saying I want everything that has at least 4 or more bedrooms. That's 2,900. My home has 3 bedrooms. It does have an office, but it's not technically a 4th bedroom. So anything that's bigger than my home, an extra bedroom and 500 plus more square feet, I want those listings. And guys, there are 14 homes within 2 miles of mine, but let's go up to 3 miles. 65. So let me stop right there. Because if I went out, guys, everything active within 10 miles of my house, it's going to be 315 people. Now, I could contact all of these, but I don't want to. right? You do you. I'm going to go out 3 miles. There are 65 potential families that we can invite. So, how the strategy is going to work when you log in to your MLS, go ahead and put in the address of the home that you have listed or the address of the home that is the home that you are holding the open house, and pull everything active or pending, 4+, 5+, whatever you need. So if you're pulling a move up buyer, just make sure that the criteria is bigger than what you have, more bedrooms, more square footage, maybe just whatever you can think of, right? And start at 2 miles. If you don't have enough homes that are listed that are active or pending, then go to 3, then 5, then 10. You feel me? Here's the other thing. A lot of the people within 3 miles of this address, they want to stay in this location. They just need a bigger or a smaller home, right? So once you see that, now I have 65, what I call, and you know what? I'm going to get rid of new construction. I forgot to tell you to do that. Get rid of new construction. It's going to drop that number down to 29. By the way, that's a whole nother teaching. Did you see that over half, more than half of my listings within 3 miles of my home are new construction? Guys, I have done in the last 3 or 4 months over 6 contracts for new construction. If you're not in the new construction game, you are missing it. That'll be another video we're going to train on here. But guys, that is a powerful, powerful niche. In this market, builders are throwing out homes left and right. And look, in my area, I just got an email from a builder. One of the homes that I actually showed one of my buyers, the agent that was helping us kept my information, told me that that home now has a $59,000 builder's credit. Holy moly, right? So new construction, if you're not working new construction, get in there. All right, so now we've got almost 30 families. So I'm going to hit results. I'm just going to do one. Just do one, and then we'll go from there. All right, so if I hit this first one, and the reason I'm doing pending, guys, don't always assume that just because it's pending that family has found their new home. They might have just listed. This guy listed 2 days ago, and the home is now pending, which means if they're buying another home in this area, they are now looking for their next home. So what I'm going to do, and I can't do it on the video because YouTube does not like us to share personal information, and I agree. But if I scrolled all the way to the bottom, okay, actually this is shareable because this is on. It's on Zillow, it's on Realtor, and it's on every real estate website. So, having said that, here's what you're going to do. You're going to scroll down. You're going to find out who the real estate agent is, and right there, you are going to have their contact information. So, what I do, guys, is I will reach out to this real estate agent and I will say, hey, Jim, Kelly with eXp Realty wanted to let you know about a listing that I just took that might be of interest to your family if they're looking at buying a home once the home that you have listed closed. If your family is still looking for their next home, take a look below. I'll drop information on my home. We would love to have them come and take a preview, right? How simple was that? I will also text the agent. Hey, Jim, Kelly with eXp, I noticed your home just went pending. I just took a listing not far from there that might be a good fit if your family's still looking for their next home. Take a look at the email I just sent you. Guys, I would do that like today. I would implement. So if I know, let's say today is Monday and Saturday I'm doing an open house. Today I'm going to take about an hour or two and I'm going to email and text every one of these agents and I'm going to simply invite them to bring their families to my listing. And guys, between this strategy and what I taught on part 1, and by the way, how many of you have gone on YouTube and heard one of the coaches and gurus sharing this strategy? None. Because this is something that I don't know. I actually have been teaching on this for a couple years now, but this is something that is so cutting edge that even though I've been teaching on for a couple years, it's so cutting edge that I think a lot of people kind of overgloss how powerful their MLS is. Guys, your MLS is a massive lead generator for you. Huge. You just have to learn how to use it. Now, as an ancillary to this, I would also open up Zillow and I would find every FSBO within 5 miles of your listing. Say there's 5, 10, 15. Guess what is on Zillow? The listing owner's cell phone. I would go to my MLS, to my tax records. I would look up the name of the person that owns that home. I would call them. Watch this, guys. You're not calling to do a listing. Ring, ring. Hello. Hey, Jim, this is Kelly with eXp Realty. How are you doing? Great. Look, I'm not working with realtors. I totally get it. I actually wouldn't work with realtors either, and I'm one of them. Right? Hey, listen, I just wanted to ask you a quick question. I noticed you guys are selling your home. Congratulations. I hope you guys find the most awesome buyer for your home. And if I have a buyer, if you're paying any type of real estate buyer commission, I'd love to bring them to your home. But that's not the purpose of the call, Jim. I wanted to let you know that I took a listing recently. Are you guys, when you sell your home, are you purchasing another home? Here, they're going to say yes, no, or probably, right? If they say no, we're leaving out of state, wish them well. Maybe put in a word to them for a future listing. Hey, listen, Jim, I appreciate that. And I was going to invite you to come take a look at my open house. But if you're not buying a home here, then obviously you don't want to do that. Jim, there are a couple things that I'd love to suggest to you as you're selling without a realtor. These are going to increase the opportunity for you to get the right buyers to your home. I do this as a service for all the FSBOs, all the for sale by owners in my area. If you have a couple minutes, I'd love to schedule a time to visit you. I'm not going to ask you to list your home with me. I'm going to give you some strategies that we use. I think they will help you find even better qualified buyers. Are you available? Guys, you see what I just did? Do you? Don't shout me down when I'm preaching, guys. That is killer, right? This video is about open houses, but man, I just opened up your entire portfolio to now get listings. Imagine going after FSBOs with that script, right? Oh, wow. I'm getting excited. I'm about ready to shut this video down and start calling some FSBOs. But anyway, guys, that's it. This one's a lot shorter than yesterday's video, but this again is part 2. Tell me what you thought about it. If you love this strategy, drop me an amen. Preach it, brother, below. I don't know why I'm getting so religious here lately, but anyway, it's just flowing, guys. But if you like this, drop me an amen and let me know you liked it. Make sure that you like this video. Also, if you haven't, subscribe, hit the bell. You know the drill, guys. I drop content like this all the time. I think my next video, based on this one, we're going to talk about some of the issues we talked about at the beginning of this video and share about new construction. And I'll go over some of the strategies I use to get 6 or 7 new construction deals under contract in the last 2 months. It's quite fascinating. All right, guys, that's it. Listen, have a great week. It's Friday for me, which means the weekend's here. So if you're watching this today when I drop it, have a great weekend. If you're not, just have a great week. All right, guys, until I see you on the next video, go get you some closings.